Hello everyone, Baysot Llama 3 here for another episode of my amazing, incredible, but usually quite late review series of Black Clover. And today I'm reviewing chapter 101, titled We're Home. So the chapter starts off with Vanessa standing over the Witch Queen and stating that there is no bonds between us at all. Very quickly, and we get a flashback to when Vanessa was a little kid, and we can see that the Witch Queen was not always as tyrannical as she is now. Vanessa shows the Witch Queen how she used her string magic to make a little doll out of string that looks like her, and she's like, I want to, use my magic to make everyone in the kingdom smile. And the Witch Queen, thought this was a nice sentiment. She found it to be, quite adorable. We get to see the Witch Queen's thoughts, and just like, in my quest to gain perfection, to gain the ability to lord over fate, I looked over that because you are all imperfect, you can derive power from your emotions. Basically, power that is imperfect but happy is what is true perfection. So the Witch Queen just gets up after being defeated by Vanessa's magic. Is like, I'm done. Do as you want. I ain't fighting you anymore. And, Noelle and Vanessa, happy that they won, hug. Finral's still kind of, sort of, half dead. And Asta has no idea what's going on. And so, everyone returns to the Witch Queen's castle and get healed up. But before that, we get this scene here of Nero landing on the Witch Queen's shoulder, and he nudges at her magic stone and just kind of stares at her, and she's just like, almost as if she recognizes Nero. I mean, it's been pretty obvious from day one that there's some freaky junk going on with Nero. He was first introduced when Asta first became a magic knight. He was just one of those birds that are attracted to beings with, low magic. And then, it was after the dungeon where Nero was first properly introduced, he grabbed that magic stone, and, we still don't know where Nero put that first magic stone. I don't think we've seen that one again. And I believe Nero was there when they got the magic stone from Vet. He was there as well. So Nero obviously has some connection to the magic stones and probably to the Witch Queen. In the next scene, once again, I have stated, she heals all the bulls and Mars and everyone, and she just ups and gives them the magic stone on her earring. And, after that, she basically, she doesn't really apologize. She's just kind of like, I'm done with you all. Now, let me give you an exposition dump. So, those Midnight Eye people? Yeah, they're elves. Or at least they have a connection to the elf race. See, apparently the elves were a race of people incredibly gifted at magic, and far beyond that of humans. Even the Witch Queen admits the elves' power is greater than hers. But she states that they waged a war with the humans, and the humans, there were way more humans than elves. While the elves were stronger, the humans won because of strength in numbers. And now they're gone. And as she states, that third eye that Fauna had and that Vet also had was a forbidden spell that only the elves could cast. And as they're saying this, everyone else is just kind of soaking up, and Asta's just like, he just can't comprehend what's going on. And of course, we get the big reveal. The ancient demon that the first Wizard King defeated was conjured by the leader of the elves. It was basically a summon, kind of like a sylph, I think it is, that Yuno has, or the dragon that Fauna has, or, as we see in this chapter, the little fake cat that Vanessa has. It doesn't go away when Vanessa is not fighting. It remains on her shoulder. So basically, the Witch Queen states that the Midnight Eye are most likely, the Midnight Sun, Midnight Eye, whatever you want to call them, are most likely descendants of the elves. And Finral is just taking down all this stuff. Just like, all this plot, gotta write this junk down. And she also states that, furthermore, Asta, the two swords you have are the mere remains of the magic swords that the leaders of the elves once wielded. Ooh. And Asta literally passes out from all this goddamn plot. His brain couldn't handle it. So that's the end of that scene. The next scene we see here, Asta and the rest of them are parting ways with Mars and Ladros. Ladros is all muscular again after being healed by the Witch Queen, and it's made pretty clear that while he's not completely different, he's definitely much more of a better person than he was throughout the rest of this arc. We also see that the Witch Queen gave Mars some of her puppet blood, and his plan is to have the king of the Diamond Kingdom drink it so that he could control his actions. And Ladros is going to basically help him out. As Ladros states, one day he wants to become a man that his master, Fonzel, will acknowledge. Speaking of Fonzel, him, his wife, and the girl that they live with agreed that they're going to take care of Fauna until Mars comes back. And we get this adorable scene here where Mars says that he's going to make their country, a great place again. And when and after that, he's gonna come back and see Fauna, and Fauna just hugs him. And it's like, I'll wait for you, no matter how long it takes. And once peace is restored, let's go see the world together. And everyone's just like, they get embarrassed. Everyone else is smiling, and Finral looks like he's gonna die, but whatever. Asta and Mars also have a moment of, reconciliation. They're friends now. All I know is I was in this situation. What would be going through my head is, hey, Asta, thanks for helping me out. Don't worry, Mars. See you in the inevitable Diamond Kingdom arc. Yep, see ya then. So the Bulls return to their barracks. Before doing that, we get this moment here where the Witch Queen basically tells Vanessa that she can come and visit whenever she wants. And the last scenes of the chapter is the best character, Yami, making an appearance. Asta's just like, yo, Yami, I got my arms back. And Yami's like, so? And then he's like, hey, I also got a magic stone. Cool. Now for your first real mission, go get me some beer. And I was like, I'll bring you back the best beer in the world, goddammit. And the chapter ends with Vanessa and Yami talking to each other, and Yami's just like, welcome back, Vanessa. And Vanessa is saying, we're home. Get it? Because this was totally the whole importance of the chapter. That's why the chapter was named after it. Not all the elf plot bomb dump that we ever got. Let's get into that, okay? So, the anti-magic swords belong to the Elf King. Something I didn't mention reading the chapter was that they stated that, like I said, the third eye is elf magic, but they also said that when using the magic, not only can elves only do it, but it requires a sacrifice. So most likely, I don't get what they mean by sacrifice, like do you have to kill someone before you use it, or is to sacrifice the person who has the eye put on them, like Fauna? I don't know, but I have some theories as to what's going on. Because remember, Lich and Vet, they refer to themselves as something that wasn't human. I think even Fauna did too before her eye, went away. So my personal theory is that Lich himself is probably one of the elves. As to whether elves look, because they don't show in this chapter what an elf looks like. We just see silhouettes. But from what I could tell, the silhouettes, elves seem to look for the most part like humans. So my personal theory is probably that Lich is an elf, and he's using the bodies of humans, most likely, to put the third eyes on people to kind of resurrect the elf race. And probably, we still don't know what he wants all the magic stones for, but if I had to guess, they stated that the big demon from the first chapter of the series was, conjured. It was a summon created by the elves. So my personal theory is that he needs the magic stones, and his goal is probably to resurrect that demon, or resurrect a demon like it. Because, that demon is dead. We saw its skeleton in the very first chapter. So probably resurrect a demon like it. As to what the Black Clover is, we now know that apparently these swords are, belonged to the first, to the Elf King, basically. So maybe Asta has connection to elves. Maybe was the Elf King like a person with no magic? who knows? For a long time now, I've always said that Asta has his 2 anti-magic swords. He started off with the first one, and then he got the smaller one in the dungeon arc. And the Black Clover is still a Grimoire, and unlike that one guy, forget his name, the zombie magic guy, whose Black Clover only had 1 page in it, meaning he only had 1 spell. We've seen Asta's Black Clover. It has multiple pages in it. And I think each of his swords take up a different page. So I always theorize that the reason why he had to find his second anti-magic sword instead of just having it is that that's how Asta's going to learn new moves and abilities and get new weapons. He has to find them and fill out the Black Clover himself. So I think the fact that she specifically said remnants of the Elf King and not just the swords he had, and she worded it as they were remains, like they used to be grander and now are something that's less. She didn't just say that they used to belong to. So I think that confirms that, something I believe for a while, that Asta is going to find new anti-magic tools and weaponries throughout the story. He has these 2 swords, so how about an anti-magic armor, anti-magic gauntlets, anti-magic arrows, stuff like that. Or if not that, at least that confirms that he'll be gaining abilities similar to the elves. That technique he uses with his shorter anti-magic sword, where he's only done it twice, I think, where he absorbs magic and sends it out kind of like a Getsuga. The first time he did it, he absorbed Noel's water magic and used it to cut through Mars's diamonds. And the second time he did it, he absorbed Leo's fire magic and used it on the zombies. So maybe he'll learn, maybe that's like an elf technique, and he'll have to learn at some point how to do it. Another, thing is that, maybe he'll get, because Asta doesn't have magic, but maybe the elves had a lot of techniques that were like magic, but didn't involve magic, kind of like Ki. Ki, the Ki ability that Yami has is not magic, but it is still a very useful technique. So maybe the elves had stuff like that Asta will learn. I mean, we already know that that Asta's demon form, came from his Clover, and his Clover belonged to the Elf King. So they summoned the demons. So the elves probably have a lot of wicked demonic junk going on. But yeah, so this was a pretty good chapter for plot and setting stuff up. Can't wait for next week. Chapter 102, probably gonna be the beginning of a new arc. I hope Yuno's in the new arc. Yuno, he wasn't in the underwater arc. He showed up in that very brief Diamond Attack arc, and he wasn't in this arc. And this arc was actually pretty long, not super long. I think but longer than a few of the other arcs. So I kind of hope that the next arc, first of all, because they just kind of ended up fighting the Midnight Sun and the Diamond Kingdom. I hope the next arc is more centered. It's kind of like when they fought Lich, an arc centered around them stopping one of the Midnight Sun's plans. And I do hope that Yuno and Mimosa come back. Maybe we can meet some more Golden Dawn members. So yeah, that's it, everybody. Bayside Llama 3 signing out.